What do you think, Raider Nation, should we target? Trey Amos in the second round or look elsewhere? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget, like the video and subscribe for all the latest Raiders updates. The one draft prospect the Raiders can't afford to ignore. The Las Vegas Raiders are closing in on a crucial decision in the 2025 NFL Draft, holding the number 6 overall pick and facing a variety of potential scenarios. But while all eyes are on their first-round selection, there's a hidden gem they shouldn't overlook later in the draft. A player who could immediately impact the defense. Enter Trey Amos, the lightning-fast cornerback out of Miss, projected as a Day 2 selection. Amos is flying under the radar, but if he falls into the Raiders' lap in round 2 or 3, he could be a steal for the silver and black. Why Amos could be a perfect fit in VegasNFL.com's Chad Reuter recently projected the Raiders selecting Amos in round 2, right after addressing their offense with Ashton Janty in the first round. If that scenario plays out, Las Vegas would land an explosive defensive playmaker. Amos boasts a blazing 4.4 343-second 40-yard dash, exactly the type of speed needed to keep up with elite NFL receivers. His physicality and versatility allow him to shine in both man and zone coverage, making him an ideal fit for Pete Carroll's defensive scheme. NFL analyst Lance Zierlein sees Amos as a future starter, highlighting his ability to dominate contested throws. Amos uses physicality and length to shrink the 50-50 odds. In his favor, he can play in multiple coverages, but is most consistent in zone. Amos needs to ramp up his run support and trust his eyes in space. But he has the goods to become a solid starting outside corner. The Raiders' secondary is young and promising, but Amos would bring an added level of speed, toughness, and coverage ability. If he can replicate his senior year dominance at Ole Miss, where he racked up 50 total tackles, 13 passes defended, and 39 solo stops, he could be a difference maker in year 1, building a top-tier defense for 2025. The Raiders have already lost key defenders to free agency, making it imperative for GM John Spike to find playmakers in the draft. Adding Amos would strengthen the secondary, boost the defense's speed, and help the Raiders get closer to becoming a top 10 unit in the league. If Amos is on the board when the Raiders are back on the clock, they can't afford to pass him up. What do you think, Raider Nation, should we target? Trey Amos in the second round or look elsewhere? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget, like the video and subscribe for all the latest Raiders updates.